Well, we're back with another project. What we picked up is a 283 small block, a power glide transmission, and most, if not all, the accessories that we're gonna need. I've looked at some of the numbers on this engine, and if you go back here, this casting number is 64 to 66, and it's for the 195 or the 220 horse engines out of trucks or cars. Doesn't tell us a whole lot, but we can go to this front stamping and that'll tell us a little bit more. This one right here, if it'll focus, T is Tonawanda manufacturing plant. 11/29 should be November 29th, I think. And JG, when I looked it up, means 64 Chevelle, power glide, and it was the 4-barrel 220 horse engine. So it's got a couple different valve covers on it. This is the old style valve cover with the Chevrolet script on it, which I really like, and I've got 2 more of those, and I'll probably use those instead of this one because this one's been painted 5,000 times. The other one has not. This is a much later model with PCV and oil fill here, which we don't need because we have the oil fill here, and I've got the 4-barrel intake that is the earlier one that does have the front oil fill. So we'll take that off. We don't need that. Now we can see the head numbers, and they're upside down, but I'll probably flip this right side up in the video, but they're on upside down because that's how they come. 8795896, and the 896, if you look it up, that is a power pack head, which is the small chamber, which gives us higher compression. And also, in your head casting, if you've got the rectangle with the triangle on top, that is power pack head. According to everything I've found out online, if you know more about this, please feel free in the comments to go ahead and straighten me out on this, or at least agree with what I'm saying if what I'm saying is correct. This would be the date code for the heads, I believe. I haven't looked at it, don't really care. It looks like it's going to be sometime in late 63, maybe, that the heads were made. Also don't know much about that one. So plan for today is all I want to do is take the rockers and push rods out. I want to get the heads off, and we want to roll this over and just make sure all the cylinder walls look good. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. So we now have all the rocker arms off, and I don't care so much about the rocker arm nuts, but all the rocker arms, if you're going to use them, need to stay in order. So this is passenger side, driver side, front to back in order, and you need to keep the little washer ball with the correct rocker arm if you're going to reuse them or even thinking about reusing. So make sure those stay in order. That's an easy way to do it. You could also get like a cardboard box or container or mark it somehow, but this one is just going to be front to back, passenger, driver side, and placed in the valve cover. Next, we got to get push rods out, and the push rods, I've got another little trick for that one. I've just got, I don't know, an old granola bar box. In case you do have a gluten allergy, these are keto and Atkins friendly, so you can use these for no matter what. And I use duct tape, put it on top, and I put intake and exhaust 1 through 8, and I'm going to put the push rods in here, front to back, intake and exhaust side, and that way they'll be in place and go back in the right order. Easy little trick. You can do it your own way, and if you got another way, let me know in the comments. Maybe you got a better way. All right, the push rods are out, and you can see what I'm talking about here. Intake and exhaust 1 through 8. And the reason for the duct tape isn't that you can't write on the cardboard box, but the duct tape reinforces it a little bit, so when you drill the holes, they don't just turn into a giant mess. And this will actually keep them in pretty good order, and they don't move around much. So, granola box and duct tape. Ta-da! Now, the bigger job is we've got to get both these heads off. And it's really only a big job because they're heavy. They're cast iron. And I don't really feel like lifting them, but we're going to anyways. Off, and it has the super thin metal head gaskets. I don't know if those are original or not. I don't know if that's a race application or not, but I do know the thinner the gasket, the smaller the chamber size basically, and the higher compression. So let me know if I need to go with metal gaskets again, or if I can get like a regular Felpro gasket, and how much that's going to change my compression. because that's not something I know. So if you can help me out with that, that'd be great. If you need me to, I can probably mic those head gaskets and see how thick or thin they are, but they're metal. They're very, very thin. Look at that. Now, this engine did have a sticking point that I thought was a ring ridge, but looking inside here, most of these look pretty darn good. I mean, there's a little bit of carbon up here, but that's not ring ridge. That's just dirt. But the problem is, right here, this is what was stopping us from rolling all the way over sometimes. These are little shaped washers that go underneath the valve cover bolt to spread the load out so you don't bend your valve covers, especially the stamped steel ones. This is an older design, but it still does work. And I don't know why they're in here. My only guess is that they fell in here at some point. And actually one of them is just, yeah, one of them is not, one of them is silicone, but this is definitely metal washer. And that's what was keeping us from rolling all the way over sometimes. I think as it moved around, maybe hit the edge of the valve or not. It's hard to say, because I know at the bottom of here, there's a little bit of a pad. See this? That would have been hitting that washer right about here. Not sure. Either way, it was not rolling over all the way all the time, and now it does. So Allison's gonna roll this engine over, and we'll see if there's any sticking points now. Just go at least 2 times. That way we cycle everything. All the cylinders look pretty good so far. Look at that, they're shiny. I don't really see any score marks yet. Keep going. I want to see all the cylinders. That one looks okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna be all right. Did you feel any harshness or anything, felt like sand in it when you were turning it?
No.
Okay. So I think we should be pretty good with the rotating assembly. That means that really the issue was, I don't know how this got in there, but there is a valve cover washer in cylinder number 1, and that was keeping us from rolling over sometimes. You could go back and forth about 99% of the way and then it would stop. Sometimes you could go through it when this moved. I don't know. But there you go. All right, heads are off. I think that's all we're gonna do for today. Next time, I think what we'll do is drop the oil pan and the timing cover, and we'll get the crankshaft out, get the pistons and rods out, and the camshaft. And then we'll start measuring things and deciding what we're gonna do with this engine. All right, that's gonna do it for today. We'll see you next time. And if you have any good ideas for this budget 283 project, let me know in the comments. Or if you have any tips or tricks for what I haven't done yet, also let me know in the comments. It's been a while since I've done a V8. So thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.